So for those of you who know, this is the Never Stop Learning Contest live. And we've done it different this year where we're going to be doing live demos where you guess how long it takes them to wrap something. In this case, they're wrapping the driver's side of the car with color change film. Earlier today, we did this with commercial, and there was a time for that, but color change might be less or more. We got 4 installers. We have Krystal, who's a trainer for ORAFOL, so if you want to get trained, you might get that for free if you watch this demo and you guess. We have Slim Sheddy, we have Vixen, and we have Lorz. So we have 4 amazing installers, so you're going to get great tips and tricks for that. Krystal requested music, but we don't have music, so I will be yodeling, and Reiner is going to just do weird dances in his lederhosen. Anyway, my point is right now, what I want you to do is think right now, is I want you to guess how long it takes them to wrap the side of this car with KPMF color change film. Kaio, who's our social media guru at the Wrap Institute, has a QR code on his phone. I want you to scan that, pretty please, and guess how long, because if you do, the prize package is worth over $3,000 for this round. And I'm gonna read you the prizes. So I want you guys to think, all you have to do is guess how long it takes to wrap. How are you doing, Rugs? All right, so the prize package that you guys can win if you guess how long it takes them to wrap the side of this car is this. It's a lot. A 25-yard roll of KPMF, a weldy heat gun, a mag strap, 3 packs of banana buffers, a platinum membership of the Wrap Institute, $25 gift certificate to Yellow Tools, Triple S, wrap axes, and that is just worth $14.30. But then also the other package is a free workshop to ORAFOL KPMF, which is pretty cool, a weldy heat gun, a mag strap, Triple S, Yellow Tools, wrap axes, and membership to the Wrap Institute. So you can give that as a package to your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, or anyone you want. So the total of this prize package is $3,050. And this will be shipped to your house, wrap shop, wherever you want it shipped. It's going to be shipped right to you, right? So this prize package, again, over $3,000. All you have to do is scan that QR code from Kaio, right? Scan that QR from Kaio, put your guess in. You have to choose demo number 6. Demo number 6 is the demo you want to choose. Scan that QR code, pretty please, do your thing. And as you do the scan of the QR code right now, what they did is they took the door handles off, right? They didn't take the mirror off because that takes too much time and effort. They pre-cut the panels. They got their weldy heat guns ready to wrap and roll, which is cool. They got their squeegees ready to wrap. They're getting a game plan. You see that Reiner's talking it through. And Krystal's got her hat backwards. What does that mean?
Serious.
It's serious, right? So hat backwards, it's very serious. Again, make sure you get your guess in with Kaio right now. Again, scan that QR code, guess the time, because once we start, no more guessing right now. So again, if you want to get your time in, hook up with Kaio, right? Also, you're going to get your badge scanned over here, which is cool. Krystal's doing her thing. Backwards hat. Again, we don't have music playing, so I will yodel while they do their thing. So yodeling. You ready? I don't know if they're ready though.
Oh, okay. Oh, they're still gaming.
They're still scanning the QR code right now. Kaio, anyone else? Anyone else want to get their guess in for this contest? You have about 10 seconds to get your guess in right now. Make sure you scan that QR code and guess how long it takes them to wrap this. $3,000 worth of prizes right now. $3,000 worth of prizes to give away on this round. Anyone else? What? Get your guess in. Anyone else want to guess? I feel like an auctioneer. They are not doing the front bumper. They're wrapping this fleet style. They're not going to wrap super deep. They're going to wrap clean and tight, but they're going to wrap far enough. It's going to have high quality, right? Any other questions on how far they're going? You guys are good? Krystal's good. Reiner's good. Vixen's good. I don't know where Krystal's going though. Krystal's just kind of doing her thing. Oh, she's filming. Is that masking tape up there? That's pretty dope.
This is the installer's #1 way to record this.
That's the
right?
best. So if you guys ever need a tripod, you take a roll of film, you put some masking tape on top. It's pretty dope, right? Are you ready? Tim Evans, have you got a good picture? Tim Evans, you got a picture of them? You got before and after? All right, hey, we're gonna squeeze and get a picture really quick. I'm also giving you time to milk it really quick. Milking.
Oh, Tim.
More legs.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's the last thing. Anyone else want to scan? Anyone else want to scan? is going once. It is going twice. That's it. All right. So I'm going to get my phone open. They're going to be wrapping with a Metro Matte Dynamic Turquoise from KPMF. We got the panel ready to wrap and roll. We got 4 great installers ready to do it up. We have Sergey looking at me. Kyle, you ready to go? You good? Okay. We're going to start wrapping and rolling, and I'm going to start yodeling in 3, 2, 1. Yodeling. So notice what they're doing right now is they're glassing the material out and going full cowboy, cowgirl. So what Krystal and Reiner are doing are pulling the material straight towards the front along the A-pillar right there, and they're stretching the material out. And as I said earlier, this material is what's called a matte metallic film. So that means it is directional and it has a very low surface energy. Matte metallics are great, but the thing is you have to think about them is they can be a little fragile, so keep that in mind. And also makes them what's called directional, right? So if you guys notice right now, when they pulled off the liner, but if you don't know about color change wraps, a lot of manufacturers like KPMF, if you look at the back of the liner right now, you see an arrow. So what's very important is now every time they put the panel on the car, they have to turn the panel backwards and look at the liner and make sure the liner is going in the right direction. So right now when I look at this, I see the arrow going towards the front, and I'm guessing right now that they should maybe make the arrow going towards the back. That's how they set it up. But it's all about communication, right? One thing I like to do sometimes at a sign show, or even at my wrap shop, is what I'll do is I'll take a piece of the liner, put it on the windshield, and make sure that everyone knows where the direction of the film goes. Because if you don't put it in the same direction right now, what happens now is if you don't put it in the same direction, it's going to reflect different. So the piece will look darker or lighter than it should, right? So that's something to think about. So that being said, Reiner says yo-yo to Krystal right now, and then Krystal says yo-yo. She comes back. Reiner skins it. He's going to hand me the backing paper. Look at that. Boom, boom. So now I'm going to take the backing paper, put it back here. And now what Reiner and Krystal are doing right now are kind of glassing the film out. They're pulling it down. And do you guys see that shape? So as soon as you see this shape and you have a symmetrical shape, that tells you in the right tension point. So you always want to let the material tell you if it's happy or not. And how it speaks to you is the symmetry, right? That means that there's nice balance in terms of the film. What Reiner's doing now is he's adding heat to the film and he's relaxing it down. So this particular film, again, comes from KPMF, great manufacturer, and they're actually based in the United States now. Originally, KPMF started off in England and started as a private-owned company right now. And KPMF works very, very closely with the OEM manufacturers. They were actually one of the first companies to come out with what's called a color change film. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing on the van cut vinyl. Does anyone here work with cut vinyl film? Cut vinyl film is very thin, and these letters that kind of just go on the side of the box truck, like those letters on the side of the box truck right there, just super simple cut vinyl. That vinyl is very thin and very aggressive. So back in 1993, K Motors, what they did is they came up with a film that is a little thicker, that has a built-in lamination layer and a different adhesive, which makes it easier to slide and glide. And KPMF was the first company that came out with color change film, and that was back in 1993. If you've ever been to Berlin, all the taxi cabs in Berlin are wrapped with this beige. That is KPMF film. So KPMF started wrapping taxi cabs in Berlin back as far as 1993. So what you have to think about then is back in England right now, they became very popular. And then what KPMF did is they started coming to America, and their manufacturing facility is based in Michigan. So manufacturing in the United States, and about 3-4 years ago, KPMF was purchased by ORAFOL. And ORAFOL is a giant company based in Germany. Interesting facts, right? It's kind of mind-blowing to think about. So ORAFOL has lots of manufacturing facilities across the world. They now own KPMF. They make cut vinyl, they make all this stuff. ORAFOL manufactures 1 million square meters of material a day. I don't know if you guys can even imagine how much vinyl that is. That is a lot of vinyl, right? So this is KPMF and ORAFOL are giant companies that do great work. Speaking of great work right now, okay, look at the flow that they have going right now. Right now they got this whole backside skinned, and what I want you guys to appreciate, right, is Wrap Institute was fortunate enough to create the Ford Wrap program, which almost launched in July of last year. Ford put it on hold for now, but the film manufacturer for the Ford Wrap program was KPMF, right? And the reason why is KPMF is a manufacturer right now is because they're tied in with the OEM manufacturer of all the brands, especially Ford. But the biggest thing is, check out this finish. KPMF is really, really well known, especially with their matte films, matte metallics, that it looks like it's glowing. Do you guys see the back fender right now that's already on? It just has such a beautiful finish. But what's cool about this finish is also very robust. It holds up very well to sun, it holds up really well to scratches, and it's very conformable, reacts very well with heat. So right now, what I love is putting a wrap on that not only is easy to install, but the biggest thing is it's easy on the eyes. So we have this beautiful, beautiful matte metallic finish that just has that beautiful, beautiful finish. So really good stuff right now. And speaking of good stuff right now, check out Reiner doing his thing and adding heat. And what's really important to understand right now is using the heat to relax the film. And notice how Reiner's forming the film into the recessed area to not overstretch it. So right now we got the back fender finished right now. It's looking good. I'm gonna clean up this excess film here. And the material the tools that you're using right now, these are part of the Rap Institute Platinum tool line. So the Rap Institute does have our own tool line now. It's a combination of good heat guns, squeegees. We work very closely with brands like Yellow Tools. Yellow Tools is a great manufacturer in Germany. They make high quality tools, and about 75–80% of the tools that Yellow Tools produces right now are made in Germany. So it's quality you can trust. Great stuff there.
Well,
and then Krystal's doing her thing there.
yeah.
Reiner's forming the film into the recessed area there. This Audi A6 is a really cool car, but it definitely has some funky spots on it that are tricky to wrap. Really tight recessed areas, so you have to make sure that you glide the material in there without any tension. So see that Reiner's picking the film up, he relaxes the film first, feeds the recessed area, and does the flat next. So you got that set up there, that's really cool. I like that sticker, by the way, thank you. Cool. So now we got the material flowing and going in here. Again, Reiner's focused on the front fender. So while Reiner focuses on the front fender, check out what they're doing over here. What's really smart right now, and I really want you to pay attention right now, you're looking at very good installers here. Krystal's super smart. Why is Krystal super smart? Because Krystal skinned the door, and instead of focusing around the mirror, which is kind of her main focal point for this door because the mirror's on the body, she cut the side of the door first. Why did she do that? Because they're working as what? A team. Because she can see out of the corner of her eye that Slim Sheddy and Vinyl Vixen are almost done with their back fender. So if Krystal finishes her side next, what can they do? The back door, right? So if you're a good professional installer, what you have to do is always anticipate the flow. And if you anticipate the flow, you don't kind of have to sit around and wait for someone to get finished. You're kind of finishing in time, so you anticipate where they're going next. And exactly like this, look at the timing on that. It's almost as if we scripted that, but we didn't. I wish I could say we did, right? But the main thing is right now, then Krystal says, yo, 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 give me it. So Krystal's now, she's not being bossy pants, she's just saying, yo, give me this film. They flip it around. And now what they're gonna do is they're just gonna do, again, cowboy, cowgirl. Flip the liner. I'm gonna grab the liner here. Thank you very much. That's my Christmas present from Slim Sheddy. Very sweet of him to give me the liner. Maybe he'll autograph it later, right? So now what they did is they just got it in place. And what they're doing is they created a hinge right in the middle. Then what they're gonna do is they're going to, yeah. So she saw a tiny hole in there. And again, that's what I love about Krystal is paying attention to tension. And sometimes tension is in the form of wrinkles. Sometimes it's the form of little tiny hole. So she's making an adjustment. And what I want you guys to appreciate now is when they had the film right there, when you do cut color change film, you always want to cut it in sections. If you came to this demo this morning right now, what they did is they sheeted the whole side of the car because they're doing a commercial wrap, right? But in this case, they're doing color change. And I always recommend that you wrap color change in sections. The reason why is it gives you options, right? In terms of wrapping around the edge. But what you have to think about right now is every time you cut color change film, you have 3 inches of bleed on all the side. So in this case, as soon as they lay that panel down, there's a tiny little hole near the edge. What do? They picked it up and they shifted over to the left so they don't have to cut another piece. So always be smart with your vinyl, right? Once that's done, you can see now Krystal shift back to wrapping around the mirror. I talked earlier about the benefits of knowing how to wrap around a mirror. Because right now, if you took that mirror off the car, there's always a chance of breaking clips. It takes a long time, but if you know how to work around a mirror on the body, it's a great skill to have. Krystal, again, is the trainer for ORAFOL. She's based in Florida. She has a company called Candy Wraps, and she has a lot of installers who work for her, and they do a lot of commercial wraps. And the art of and power of commercial wraps right now is the ability to actually work the film in around areas and not take off hardware. Again, that's kind of a superpower of wrappers right now. So once everything's set here, now Krystal's working around the base of the mirror, making a series of relief cuts right now. Reiner is finishing his side right there because he wants to get out of the way of Krystal, who's kind of cooking right there. And Reiner's adding heat to take it into the edge. Super easy and straightforward. And one thing to keep in mind right now is at the end of the demo, if you guys want to learn how to put a coating on the vehicle, we have Matt from Diamond ProTech over here, and he's going to walk you through the process and the benefits of putting a coating on the wrap, which I highly recommend, especially something like this. If anyone does color change wraps right now, you guys know that gloss film is probably pretty easy to maintain. It's easy to clean, doesn't pick up a lot of dirt, but matte finishes tend to absorb a lot of oil and dirt, and that can be hard to remove. So one thing you should always consider right now is adding extra coatings on top of the wrap to protect it for the long term. You could do spray-on coatings, for example. You know, this is dope. We need a picture of this. Tim, you better get a picture of this. Oh, Tim, you missed one of the best wrapping positions I've seen in a while. Well, okay, earlier today we had DJ Dallas in the booth, and DJ Dallas was, I don't know how he did it. He was putting the heat gun, on his shoulder, putting the heat gun like here and working like this, which is pretty gangster, right? But Jess just got on Mike's shoulders right there, which is pretty cool. I need a picture of that at some point. Right, maybe we'll create it after hours. Maybe that's something for the party tonight. Anyway, my point is right now, they're going and flowing. And notice what they're doing right now is we're keeping the workspace as clean as possible. And what's nice about these heat guns right now is these heat guns have protective covers on the front. So right now, even though these heat guns are hot, you can grab them, which is pretty good. What's also nice about these heat guns is you can place them on the vehicle so they don't get stepped on, which is pretty nice. And that's thanks to the mag straps. And these guys are cooking right now, right? I haven't yodeled that much. Krystal, is that okay? I haven't yodeled much. Is that killing you? All right, yodel. So anyway, I know Sergey is going to play music tomorrow, right? So we don't have any music right now. So right now they got everything going. They're just throwing the material on the other side. That's not a problem. And they're cutting everything out. So 11 minutes right now. Hope you guys can appreciate this right now. 11 minutes right now they're in, and that's pretty darn impressive. Again, hopefully it comes back into play right now. But basically, let's talk about the Ford Wrap program. We created the Ford Wrap program in partnership with XIX 3D. And the idea right now is Ford wanted to wrap 120,000 cars a year. So the Wrap Institute created a system for that was kind of based on having good teamwork like this. So right now, if they wrap the car and they're 11 minutes in, I'm gonna guess that they're gonna finish this wrap in 8 minutes. So let's say they wrap the side of the car in 20 minutes. So let's do basic math. That means the other side would take 20 minutes. So then they do the hood, which would take about 8 minutes. And then they do the trunk, which I think would take about 10 minutes. Then they do the bumpers, which I think would take about 10 minutes each, and they split up in twos. Then they wrap the door handles. I think they could comfortably wrap this car in about 2.5 hours. That's pretty good, right? And how many could they wrap a day? 2, 3, 5? Depends on how long a day they wanted, right? My point is right now, people think color change wraps are hard. And they are if you over wrap. But what you want to do right now is wrap smart and wrap just enough. Notice what they haven't really done. They haven't taken the car and opened doors. They're wrapping on sides and they're cutting and they're taking the material just far enough to cover what? The original color. White is the hardest color to wrap, correct? But right now, because they're cutting smart and they're cutting the opposite side and they're doing the things right now, they're flowing and going, right? So right now, normally, if you're at a wrap shop, how cool would it be to have the car on what? A lift, right? So normally, I know that at Jess's shop, they have lifts. I know in most shops you have lifts, so you definitely want to get that car up. And for those of you who are just showing up right now, this is a speed wrap featuring KPMF film. KPMF makes beautiful, beautiful wrapping film, and the prize up for grabs right now is 2 prize packages, over $3,000, and this is going pretty impressive right now. Prize package is a free workshop with ORAFOL, and Krystal's one of the trainers for ORAFOL. We also have Kevin Kemp. He's one of the trainers for ORAFOL over there. He's just right over there with the glasses. Kevin also is a great designer and does really cool stuff with vehicle wraps. We have Slim Sheddy and Vinyl Vixen here. We have Lorz doing his thing right on the front fender. And you can see beautiful teamwork right now. Great clean workspace, great tools. Reiner's just throwing stuff on the side. Awesome. We got things working around. Reiner comes in and makes a nice, good, clean cut at the front. Flowing and going right now. Beautiful film. And again, this name escapes me right now, so I have to go back to my notes. This is Metro Matte Dynamic Turquoise. Pretty cool. All right, so this is a directional film by KPMF. If you have any questions about KPMF, we have the representatives over here. Ryan over there with the glasses. Ryan has been working with KPMF for a long time. Ryan is the one who chooses all the colors for KPMF, and he is a guru with colors. I don't know if you guys, anyone here work with KPMF films? Beautiful film. Like, their colors are absolutely stunning. And again, they go really well with OEM programs. They have a great, great tradition with that. Of course, we're not gonna be wrapping the door handles and mirrors in this one right now, but again, for me, it's looking really good. That back fender, back of the rocker panel is looking good. That back section's good. I can just see they just have to wrap that gap, finish that gap in between the front doors. This front section's looking really good. Nice and flowy. Krystal's doing the back section right here, and this is pretty darn impressive right now. So there's that ISA party tonight. I think they're excited to get to that. Maybe that's an extra motivation to get done so we can get to the party. I get that. But this is all about having the right tools, the right setup, the right training. So again, Krystal does training for ORAFOL, of course, the RAP Institute. I hope you all get a membership at the RAP Institute. We're passionate about training, showing how to wrap a wide variety of objects right now. Earlier, Reiner did this with dry apply PPF, and I really want you to feel this hood. This hood feels amazing, right? It sounds weird, but they have a nice coating on this. If you have the right coating, it feels nice and beautiful, protects it for the long term. We got the finishing right here. We only have the last spot in between the doors right now. Get this up. Reiner opens the door. Good communication there. Finishing on the backside here. We got this backside here. I hope someone got this time, because this is way faster than I thought it was going to be. We're at 16 minutes and 27 seconds right now. Pretty darn impressive right now. And this color is stunning. I don't know if you guys like this color, but I would definitely put this on my car. There's no doubt about that. So what Sheddy's doing right now is he's cutting out the door handle super clean. So you guys did this so fast. Why don't you guys just start wrapping the bumpers too? No. Okay. So again, nice finishing right now. If you notice right now, they cut on the opposite side, and Reiner tucked behind the rubber gasket in between there. So that's always nice. You don't have to take that rubber gasket out as long as you cut on the right side. And what they're doing right now is they're kind of hitting the final stretch right now in terms of finishing. And how they want to finish right now is make sure all the edges are done. And then they want to put triple S on the main surface. So maybe some Sheddy, you want to put a little triple S on the main surface? I don't know. Let's do triple S right here. So part of what the RAP Institute we teach is how to finish strong, and how you want to finish strong is make sure all your edges are sealed. Make sure there's no bubbles. Make sure everything's nice and tight. Again, keep in mind the only hardware they took off is the door handles and the molding right here at the front. That's the only hardware they took off, so you don't have to take off a lot of hardware. Then they're going to wipe it down with triple S to remove any handprints because you want to make it client ready. Keep in mind that triple S also goes on the windows. It goes on the interior, so it's a great aftercare product. Tim Evans, I think we're getting pretty close to a finish. We do a final picture right now. And I'm actually going to get out my phone because I think I'm going to get a rock on hand from someone saying it's done. Krystal, you're the one who tells me it's done. You have to say yes, no. Wipe. Reiner's coming down. He's polishing on. Look at that flow. That Reiner got his luggage finally arrived today. This is what a man wrapping with fresh underwear. Oh, stop. 18 minutes and 9 seconds. And Krystal, you want to give me a yodel? Yodel? Yodel. Okay, cool. All right, so we got 18 minutes and 9 seconds. I want you to give these guys a big round of applause, pretty please. All right, let's do a picture. These guys are awesome. While we do a picture, Kyle's getting the winner and the name.
Give me attitude.
Awesome. All right, this is awesome. So again, right now we got Matt. He's going to do a coding on this. So if you have questions about that, but Kyle's going to give me it. Hold on, we got Kyle. Give me a name right now. Kyle. This is a prize package worth over $3,000.
So the time was 18 and 9, right?
18 minutes and 9 seconds. How close are we?
18:30.
18:30 is the closest time, which is?
Josh Hendricks.
Josh Hendricks. That is awesome. Josh, congratulations, my man. That is awesome. Winner, winner, chicken dinner over here. You guys have been a great crowd. Awesome stuff. We're going to be here tomorrow doing 6 demos. It's going to be lots of great stuff. Definitely check out it. We're gonna give the prizes in person, and we're gonna do stuff with Appa from Manuel. We got the stuff. Are we going good? So everyone, you've been a great crowd. Thank you so much. Thank you to the team at the Rap Institute. You guys are awesome. And everyone have a good, safe night. Hope you win in Vegas. Thank you. Ciao.